So today we have been super busy, and I have nipped this morning to Open Farm Sunday, and I feel it's only right that it goes on a Sunday. So what follows is a small video of me going to our friend's farm, THRIMBY Grange. His name is Matt. You'll find him on Twitter, and Danny's wife. They were on This Farming Life a couple of years ago. Really nice people. They have opened their farm to the general public just to educate them about what they do in the beef industry. So yeah, enjoy. More to follow tomorrow though. So as the kids walked through the gates, they got a cute little competition, and there was loads of amazing displays around explaining how beef is produced. The best feeder wagon in the world. You might often see the wheat balanced in things like Co-op. The little stickers go on the shelves underneath the pricing and stuff like that. It's just to remind consumers what the dairy which is the Agriculture Horticulture Development Board. So this little video here just sums up why people are opening their doors for Open Farm Sunday. It's just to educate the general public on farming and how the food's produced, and what better way than inviting people onto your very own farm. So there's a lot of information as well about wool, one of my favourite subjects. Wool is sustainable, biodegradable, naturally renewable. It's fire retardant. If you wear it, it wicks away sweat. If you have a duvet that's made out of wool, it will also keep you cool in summer and hot in winter. It is the most incredible product that we don't utilise enough in this country. The guy, in a minute, you'll hear him say that the wool check each year used to pay the rent on the farm. Well, that is definitely not the case anymore. So for all the sheep we sheared last year on our farm, I think we got about 170 quid for the wool. Well, it'll cost more than that to shear in, to be honest. So it was just a really good day of showcasing the best of British agriculture. These guys should be really proud of the farm. They should be really proud of their animals. They all looked in tip-top condition. I was loving the information. Anna took loads of stuff home to take to school. They obviously they're farm kids anyway, so they weren't as interested in the tractors and stuff, but obviously other children would be, which is an amazing thing for them to see. I know it's obviously we're very used to it, but you know, some children won't be faced with tractors or farm machinery or animals as well every day. And like I say, quite often we think that we're mainstream. We're actually not at all. And nobody really knows what we know, and I used to be guilty of presuming that they did, which was definitely my downfall. And then this is why I started the channel, pretty much just doing something completely different to what Matt and Danny are doing, but very much the same. So we are both just opening our lives to the public to educate them about where the food comes from, and hopefully let them see a little bit more of what goes on the farm, and maybe squash some of those misconceptions that people have that the media puts out there, because you cannot, obviously, if you're looking now, you can't argue with the truth. We are videoing exactly what's going on, and we are putting it out there for you all to see. So this is Murray, and this is Matt and Danny's colleague, Shepherd, and he is a superb shearer, and he's taking part in the National Shearing Championships, which are going to be held at the Highland Show next week. We will be there. If anyone else is going, shout up. And you can see Murray here is using proper shears, and his dad, who is this guy here, is using hand shears. Now, I was amazed more by the hand shearing, to be honest, because it's not something that I've seen before, and I also know how hard it is not to nip them. This guy is an absolute pro at it, and yeah, I think Murray probably did like 5 or 6 sheep to this guy's one, but you know what, it was definitely worth watching, and people were really enjoying it. They were really enjoying it. The children were engaged. People were, you know, they were really interested in the shearing. You can see that the animals are calm. They were well taken care of. There was no, you know, bruises, no cuts, no nicks. Everything was absolutely fine, and it's just as it should be, really. And it just educates them and shows them that not everything that they read online is true. Because I know there's some pretty damning, you know, information out there from like the likes of Peter and things like that about shearing and, you know, caring for your sheep, the general health and welfare.
But also comfortable for the sheep as well. So you'll see that all times he's got 2 hands on the sheep. Go on now. And amazing that he's not got an electric clipper. That level of finish is all being achieved through skill and experience.
This can't be the last time that I see you. It can't be true. Hold back honest words, they just hold you down. It can't be true. Your soft heart glows in the heart.
That market disappeared with COVID. Farmers were paid next to nothing for the wool. It's gone back up to about 50, 60, 70p a kilo. But were this farm to employ professional shearers,
Sail today before you go away. Why do we talk of other things? Pull back the carpet, hide the pain. Hold back our fears from entering. We shut the curtains every day. Together, forever. Together, we are one. You could call me a dreamer, trapped in your world forever. Throw away the key.
We have just been to our friend Matt and Dennys, and they have been doing Open Farm Sunday. Did you have a good time?
Yes. Yeah.
Not just because there was food. I have poo on my face, but I've just got hold of this bad boy. I thought he looked like he was scratching underneath his belly, and I was worried that he had maggots. So I've dived on him, and when I say dived on him, we nearly didn't make it. All right, stand up. Look, listen. We could show the sheep here. Are you ready, Runnage? Stand still. Right, are you ready? There. Just stand still. Oh my God, now he's not.
He was too embarrassed.
It's all right. There was nothing wrong with him, Roo. Hello, you. What are you doing? We've just come from Roy's dad's, and we need some supplies from the shop. So I'm about to give you a first-hand local tour of Appleby Horse Fair at 8:40 on Friday night before the weekend.
Since looked on, and I am coming, running back to you, back for good. We will talk of everything, rip up the carpet of our pain, cry every tear that we need. We shut the curtains if I will follow you through burning cold. I will follow.
Here's where we sit in traffic for 20 minutes and wait for people to just catch up, pass the time of day in the middle of the road. In the past, this field over here used to be just car parking, but actually, what are those stalls, right? Are they fast foods? Large public bar. That it free entry. I should hope so. The price they'll be charging for booze. What could go wrong? Really bad idea. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh. So this is what they call Fair Hill, and it's where they used to hang people historically, just for a little bit of history there. And this is where the caravans and campers come, people tie the horses up, etc. And then over the other side there's some private fields, and they have stalls, different things, lots of fast food trucks, that kind of thing. There's like a couple of bow tops there. Probably the nicest bit of Appleby Horse Fair. A bonny pony, look at that. When you've lived here for as long as I have, and even, oh my god, we like our wing mirrors, as long as Roy has, who's lived here all his life, the novelty wears off within 30 seconds, doesn't it?
Is this person just pulled up?
No, surely they're not going past you. Law tends to slide on out of the window, and you just please sell. Ponies, hello ponies. Pretty ponies, come in, look. Police just putting on a little strobe light display. Oh no, wait, they've arrested someone. Officer, it wasn't me, I swear it wasn't me. The rumours about Extinction Rebellion, or whatever they're called now, they were going to be doing a protest, you know, like they did at the races where they jumped out onto the race course. I'd pay good money to see that happen, because there's no word no, is there, at all? So we used to live here. And this is the pub. Now, obviously, as the pub gets busier, it kind of just like migrates right the way across the road and into the middle. Of choice this year is the 72 plate Defender. Did that? Me.